Welcome back to Way Too Early. It is 5:30 here on the East Coast and 2:30 out west. I'm Casey Hunt. We're going to start with another part of the president's town hall that is making headlines this morning. This concerns his penchant for spreading, and in the case of QAnon, refusing to condemn conspiracy theories. Watch.
Now, can you just once and for all state that that is completely not true and that disavow QAnon in its entirety?
I know nothing about QAnon.
I just told you.
I know very little. You told me, but what you tell me doesn't necessarily make it fact. I hate to say that. I know nothing about it. I do know they are very much against pedophilia. They fight it very hard, but I know nothing about it.
They believe it is a satanic...
I'll tell you what I do know about. I know about Antifa and I know about the radical left.
Just this week, you retweeted to your 87 million followers a conspiracy theory that Joe Biden orchestrated to have SEAL Team 6, the Navy SEAL Team 6, killed to cover up the fake death of bin Laden. Now, why would you send a lie like that to your followers? You retweeted
That was a retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
You're not like someone's crazy uncle who can just retweet whatever.
That was a retweet, and I do a lot of retweets.
You are not someone's crazy uncle who can just retweet whatever. Savannah Guthrie saying what I think a lot of us are thinking when we look at the president's Twitter feed. We're going to ask former Republican Congressman Carlos Curbelo of Florida about this very topic. Sir, welcome. It's always great to see you. Thank you for getting up early. Let me just ask you to respond to that exchange that we just saw. The president essentially saying it's fine if I retweet these conspiracy theories. It doesn't say anything. Retweets are not endorsements. What kind of example does that set for people?
Casey, good morning. That's just standard Donald Trump, and kudos for Savannah Guthrie for confronting him, for really holding him accountable and making him explain why he would spread this kind of misinformation. And the bottom line, Casey, is that the president is willing to do whatever it takes to win. So these people who are propagating this fake theory, this conspiracy theory, the president will at least tacitly endorse them because they are supporters of his, and he will not condemn them or disavow them publicly because he doesn't want to do anything that will deflate or diminish their support for him. He needs these people to turn out. So here's just another example where the president abandons the truth, endorses a lie, uses a tiny little element that he can hold on to by saying, well, but they oppose pedophilia, so that means that everything else they do is perfectly fine. He holds on to that so that he can be in communion with this group, get their support, and hopefully remain in power, which is all he clearly cares about.
Yeah, and we should just remind everyone what this QAnon, just how crazy this QAnon conspiracy is. It says that there are Democrats who are part of a satanic death cult that kidnap children and traffic them, and that President Trump is secretly at war against them. None of it at all is true. And Congressman, what's your take on? I mean, you obviously lost your seat in the last midterm elections. Republicans are facing a smaller but still potentially significant loss of more seats in the House. The Senate also likely to lose Republican seats. As you know too well, the upshot of that is that we're going to lose some of the more moderate Republican voices, more of the moderate Republican voices in Congress. Does this mean that the Republican Party is going to turn into that, what we just saw, QAnon? I mean, we have a couple QAnon supporters who are winding their way toward Congress. Is that the future for the party, even if it's a post-Trump world?
Well, Casey, this is an important question, and for sure, once Donald Trump is no longer president and therefore no longer head of the Republican Party, there's going to be a massive vacuum of power and leadership in the Republican Party, and who fills that vacuum is going to determine the future of the party. Is it going to be people like Ben Sasse, who is now embracing the truth, and we welcome that. I wish he would have been more consistent about that over the years, but certainly it's never too late to say what's true and to level with the American people or with his constituents? That's the big question. Who's going to fill the vacuum? Or are we going to get Trump copycats, which is a possibility? My opinion is that the more responsible voices, the more moderate voices are likely to fill the vacuum, because that's where the American people are. That's where rising generations of Americans are. There's just not a long-term market for Donald Trump's style or his ideas. So for the good of the country, I really hope that the Republican Party takes a different course beginning on November 4th.
I mean, do you think that anyone who would want to come next would have to be that kind of celebrity? I mean, does Donald Trump basically get special dispensation for that? Or is it possible somebody else could pop up and have that kind of celebrity?
Casey, whatever you think about Donald Trump, he's certainly unique. He's one of a kind. There aren't a bunch of Donald Trumps out there. But the American people conducted this experiment. About 46% of them voted for the president. He won fair and square in 2016. And now it appears that the American people are choosing the exact opposite. I've always said that Donald Trump's tried to demonize Joe Biden. It's been very difficult for him because Joe Biden is vanilla. He's a traditional American politician. And it appears that most Americans think that's the way the country should go. So I don't think there will be pressure for another celebrity Republican politician to emerge ahead of 2024, let's say.
I mean, one theme of this election is definitely that people seem to be rather tired of the constant drama. Former Congressman Carlos Curbelo, thank you very much, sir, for getting up with us. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again soon. Still ahead here, with 18 days until the November election, we'll break down the state of the 2020 race with new polling across the country. Plus, Jimmy Kimmel's take on last night's dueling town halls. Way too early. Back in just a moment.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.